What have you done during the holidays? Did you have a good time? Did you go beyond yourself, doing way too much, or did you actually take the time to relax and do fun things? Well, some of you might know this, but I did the Christmas challenge last week. I started on Christmas Day and I finished on New Year's Day. So it was sort of like every day I went live. Sometimes it was a little bit later. But the main thing was about feeling like, hey, it's time for me. It was about taking the opportunity to express yourself, for instance, through music, by singing along, by writing, giving, leaving little messages, for instance, on cards, drawing. I had the Christmas angel out there, which you could pimp and print and send to other people. But mostly it was about fun and getting clarity. So today I went live and I made this fun framework. And I'll show you for a sec what it's like. So this is the fun framework. So it's about your inner world. What is it that you are experiencing? Setting intentions, enjoying the vibe, enjoying it while you're doing it, with the whole goal of gaining clarity and then expressing yourself towards the outside world to gain clarity as well. Well, at this moment, I use this program called StreamYard, and it's actually downloading everything. So that gives me the chance to actually go live, because one of the things that I actually got to experience, and I don't know what the difference is with doing it on my iPad, so on the big screen, or doing it like here on Instagram. I think that I basically can see who is watching, and when they leave a comment, I can actually see that. So it's a little bit more interactive, although doing it on StreamYard can be interactive too. If people want to leave a comment, I actually do see it. And whether they do so on, well, I don't know about LinkedIn, but whether they do so on Facebook or on YouTube, I actually do see it. But I was like, well, while I'm waiting anyway, I might as well do the live, because like I said, I actually got to enjoy doing the lives. And I was like, let's just do it, and I'll see how long or how short it is. So whenever I do my lives on YouTube, then usually I really prepare myself, for instance, with that framework and with these steps, things that you can do. And this is more for me, it's like more spontaneous. So I usually do have like a topic in mind. I might start with a certain sentence to grab your attention, but it's not the same as it is when I do the things on YouTube. But yeah, fun framework, that's what I'm talking about today, or what I have been talking about today. And I believe it's so important that when we look at the future and we look at our dreams and our goals, that we think about, but what is it that we want to accomplish and how are we going to do this? Now, if there's something that one of my role models told me, he's called Roy Martina. He said, there's this saying, I don't know how, but I do know it's so. I love that, because what is he saying? I don't know how is you have a dream and you visualize it, but you're not sure what to do. So I don't know how, but I'm certain that it's going to work out for me, but I do know it's so. Well, for those who say, well, that's nice, but that's not going to work, I have this cool handout. It's a framework, a transformation sheet, which goes from negative to positive using a number of steps. You can actually get that one. All you need to do is, when you're on Instagram, go to the bio, the link in the bio. If you are watching this later on YouTube or somewhere else, then it's probably going to be in the description. But yes, it's about, hang on, I need to download something. Let me press the button. There it is. That's the local version of what I recorded through my life just now. So that's downloading now too. So talking about what it is that you want to achieve, of course, we are talking about the new year now. It's 2025. And the question is, what have you done up till now? What have those days been like? Is it still like I'm still in the holiday vibe, I'm still relaxing? Or were there things like, I wish I would have accomplished this in 2024, but I still haven't? So then my question is going to be, so what's going to be the difference in 2025? Now, I'm not a person who wants to talk about New Year's resolutions, because I do believe those are like short term. But I do believe that the new year can be a good start to refocus again on what it is that you want to achieve. And well, what's better than to start the year with a boost? So that's why I actually talked about these things, and it was kind of nice to actually come up with this. So when it comes to writing, I'm going to show you a little bit about how that works on my end. So I had edited the video from New Year's Day, then I wrote a bit something there on the top, and then I realized that I couldn't read my own handwriting, so I wrote it again on there. So why in there? Because using puzzles actually helps to silence the chatterbox and to get the things to come out which are more on the subconscious level of your mind. So from there on, I wrote it down on here. Okay. So, and when I started writing this, I wanted to do the framework. I came up with this. And then it turned to this. Then I replaced focus with express later on, which you can see on here. And well, probably I'll replace express with focus. And I was like, okay, let's see if I can come up with, I'm not sure if it's like 10 steps or 10 items more, but it's, hang on, I'm downloading something. It's got one snippet from 1 hour. Well, one snippet is better than nothing, right? So the cool thing is that right now it's downloading the last bit. So that means that I can see if I want to edit things. And well, actually what I do is I go through the subtitles. And then it's like, oh, this is interesting, this might be interesting, and then I can create shorts. And if I want to, I can actually post them straight away. Well, straight away. I could post and publish them straight away, but I always want to be like, okay, what is it actually going to publish? So I can edit them and then later post them, or for instance, on Instagram. So today is not going to be a long live, because I've learned that people don't watch long lives here on Instagram. But I do want to express the importance of what we are experiencing on the inside. So then we get back to the beliefs, we get back to the mindsets, we go back to the daydreaming, to the visualizing. Do we ever talk to the inner kid, the one who had all these dreams growing up? Do we ever reassure that same inner kid when it ran into circumstances which were not to be understood by a child somewhere between 0 and 7? Or how about when you were an adult? I mean, I don't know if you already are an adult, but yes, you probably have experienced things too. And how are you dealing with those? And that's why I said the transformation sheet is so important, to go from negative to positive. Because sometimes we touch upon things which we think we are not dealing with, but actually it is there, it is still there, and it might not have healed just yet. And by talking to other people about that, and I actually did so yesterday, which was kind of nice, with a friend, and we talked about the healing those parts. So I see it as in resetting those mindsets, resetting those beliefs, doing so through meditation, visualizing, writing things down. And that's what I basically discussed in the Christmas challenge. So yes, it's still out there if you want to get it. And like I said a bunch of times, it's free unless, of course, you want to donate something. But you do have to take action. And that's actually the last step that I wrote on here, which is go. And I guess when we talk about the whole framework of expressing yourself, doing it with joy and creating the right vibe, using the right intention to get clarity, the whole thing is about, but are you going to take action? Are you going to write down what it is that's holding you back? Are you going to write down what those negative beliefs are? And are you reaching out to someone to help you deal with it? Could be friends, could be family. Of course, you can also reach out to a coach. And well, if you download the Christmas challenge in the next few days, or better said, if you sign up for it, then you can actually get a free one-on-one coaching call. So if you want to get clarity, now's the time at the beginning of this year, but it's only going to be there somewhere until Monday, and then it's done. So the snippets are still out there, but the entire videos will be taken down, if they are not already taken down, from both YouTube and Instagram. And yes, that means they'll be taken down from Facebook as well. But I want to ask you, what is it that you dream about, that you want to achieve? You probably know what it is. And what has been holding you back? What has happened in the last couple of days, weeks, months, years, maybe even decades ago? And how can you turn that around? How can you turn around your belief system and tell yourself, that might have happened, but it doesn't mean that it's going to happen again in the future. And that might have been a bad decision, but I didn't know any better. Had I known, I would probably have made a different decision. So see what you can do now, not so much in order to reverse it, but to get a better thing, a better step, a better action plan. And so you can actually achieve what it is that you set out to do. So what is it that you need to get rid of? What is it that is no longer working for you? Can you point it out? Can you single it out? And can you actually pay attention to it? So when I talked about the inner kid, it's also about the one who's disappointed, the one inside of you who has experienced things and is not too happy about it. So what kind of healing do you need? Can you tell yourself, it's okay, we are going to work on it and we're going to get there? And well, in that case, you are the future version of your inner child. But also, you can reach out to the future version of yourself who has already established that goal and that dream. So what is that person doing? Who is your role model? And what traits can you contribute to your future self? And well, my future self is a no-nonsense type. So when I write things down, I don't have to expect any sympathy or empathy. It's, the way it is. It's kind of rational, and that's sort of also the way I usually coach people. So yeah, I am empathetic, and yes, I do show sympathy, but I'm also straightforward. So, and well, that's what I'm going to leave you with. I'm going to leave you with exactly this. Go girl, go guy, go do it. Figure out what it is that you want. Leave a message underneath this live. And if you're not ready for that just yet, hit me up later on. But if you want to take action, make sure that you go to the Christmas challenge. There's still a link in the bio. If you're watching it elsewhere, I'll put it in the description. But it will be gone since it is the new year, right? And I do want to give you the chance to enjoy things and to look at the future with a smile. So let's go do that.